Please put your hands together for Damon Brown.
Do you act differently when other people are watching? I think most of us do. But did you know there's a classic theory behind that? I'd love to share it with you. It's called the Hawthorne effect. Now, the story starts about a century ago, right outside of Chicago, at a place called Hawthorne Works. Now, the people in charge of the factory wanted them to be more productive, but they weren't exactly sure how. So they started doing little experiments. They make the lights brighter one week, and then dimmer the next week. They'd change the seating arrangements. They do all these subtle changes, some of them known, some of them not known, and see if there was more productivity. And there was. The problem was they weren't exactly sure what X factor made them more productive. So after several years of experimenting, roughly from 1924 to 1933, they suddenly stopped. Until there was Dr. Henry A. Landsberger. He was a psychologist. And in the 50s, he revisited this idea, and he thought there was something that they might have missed. And there was. See, they're looking for one particular factor. You make the lights brighter, and people will be 60% more productive. You make the lights dimmer, and they'll be 20% less productive, things of that nature. There was one common factor, but it had nothing to do with the pieces of the experiment. It had to do with the experiment itself. People were acting differently, in this case, being more productive, because they were being observed. That's the Hawthorne effect. Now, Dr. Landsberger would have a field day with right now, 2014, right? At this very moment, I can take a picture of you guys, which I won't, but I can take a picture of you guys and share it with my 2,000 friends on Facebook. If you have a thought in your head, you can put it onto Twitter, share it with 500 million people. At this very moment, we can download an app called Foursquare, check into this location, and tell the whole world, strangers at all, what we're doing right now. In other words, we're not only focused on observing other people, we're really focused on being observed. We're all under the Hawthorne effect. Now, I love this abstract stuff. I hope you do too. It was about a year ago when I was writing my latest book. I was researching these theories, and the funniest thing happened. I became a dad. Now, as fellow fathers and mothers, mentors and guardians know, when a child enters your life, it's very much a before and an after. And as soon as I looked in my son's eyes, these abstract theories came crashing down. And I understood one thing, and that was the less cynical side to the Hawthorne effect. And that is that children will act differently if they feel as though they're being observed, they're being protected, and they're being loved. Now, my son and I have a ton of routines that we do. This is one of them, and he was about 2 months old here.
Hi, Alec. Hi, Alec. What's up, Brown? How are you? ¿Cómo estás? ¿O genki desu ka? ¿Cómo allez-vous? You okay? I see.
Now, you have one guess of what language I don't know. So as you enjoy TED Active this week, I just have one question for you I'd love for you to ponder. Do you want to be an attention grabber or an attention giver? Do you want to be future-focused, or do you want to be fully present? And finally, and most importantly, do you want to be Pavlovian, or do you want to be truly responsive to the people around you that you love? Thank you so much.